안녕하세요. 눈이 너무 찔린다. 눈에 뭐가 들어갔어. Hello, 안녕하세요. 뭐지? Anyway, 안녕하세요. 되게 오랜만이에요. 진짜 오랜만이에요. 너무 보고 싶었어요. 릴리리야 릴리리 진짜 오랜만. 저희가 방금 give me a second. See, I'm confused because I think it's National Harbor, which is apparently in Maryland. Is it Maryland or Maryland? I don't know. But anyway, but then everyone around me has been saying this is Washington DC. So like, I don't know, I guess they're like really close to each other or something. I don't really understand the vibe. But I'm guessing they're just like right next to each other. So like, I guess they both count. Washington and Washington DC is different, right? Yes, that too, but then everyone's been saying both. So I'm like, are we in Washington DC or Washington or Maryland? Or like, I do not know my American geography that well, unfortunately, because I'm not from here really. So I'm not completely well versed, but everyone's been saying different things, so I'm confused. And I haven't gotten the chance to look at the map since we've arrived, but actually I guess I can look at them right now. Okay, so it says Washington. So I'm guessing we're in Washington, but then it also says Maryland. Oh, so maybe they're not... Okay, I'm so confused. So maybe they are talking... Wait, what? Someone more versed in... No, but like we're right next to the White House according to the map. So wouldn't that be Washington, D.C.? So, I'm guessing it's... Okay, I'm confused. Let me see. This has got to be someone who's smarter than me here. Or someone from the US here. Washington, D.C. is close to Maryland. Okay, so yeah. So that's the vibe then. So Washington, D.C. is in this District of Columbia. It's kind of its own state or area. Okay, that's even more confusing. But, okay. Washington, D.C. is on the East Coast, whereas Washington is on the West Coast of what? Maryland? Maryland? Okay, I'm just gonna guess that all is applicable. All is applicable, right? Because everyone has been saying everything, so I'm just guessing all is applicable. Just please tell me that's okay. Right? Oh, West Coast of the United States. So wait, doesn't that mean they're very far? Oh, okay. Okay. I kind of get it. Actually, I am no closer to getting it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so confused. Like how Sydney is a major city of Australia. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, but like... Okay, so Washington is a state, and it's different from Washington, D.C., which is a district, and they're quite far away. But then what's Maryland, then? Is Washington, D.C. in Maryland? 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 Oh my god! Okay, I'm kind of getting it. I think that's the vibe, though. I think that's the vibe. A state. So Maryland is a state. And so I'm guessing that Washington, D.C. is the district in Maryland, and everyone that's been saying we're in Washington has been wrong so far, or they've just been shortening it. Okay, I get it. I get the vibe. No, okay, I don't get the vibe. I don't get the vibe because now people are saying DC is not in any state. Okay. I'm learning. Maryland is a state surrounding Washington, D.C. You mean Washington, D.C., right? Not the other state. What? Oh my god. Guys. We cannot be spending time on this. I have to get to work. Anyway, I'll figure it out before the concert tomorrow so that I can know what to say. Guys, we are confusing her. Stop. Yeah, I'm very confused. You're not in Maryland, you're close to Maryland. Okay. National Harbor. Apparently, that's where we are. So, if you guys... DC is its own thing, Lily, but it is technically in Maryland. What the heck? But that other person just said that I wasn't in Maryland. Washington, D.C. is a special district that is stateless. Okay. Okay, then. So it's kind of like the territories, right? Or is that different? Like in Australia? Or is that also different? I don't know. It's confusing. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm here. National Harbor is in Maryland. I guess it's like Canberra. Okay, so it's like different. Okay. I think Washington, D.C. is like the ACT. Okay. Okay, so it's like, okay, so just gotta think about it as like a different thing altogether. So like, what would I say for the concert then? What would I say? Hello, National Harbor. Hello, Maryland. Hello, Washington, D.C. What's the vibe? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure they'd be happy either way. Or Maryland. Everyone's saying Maryland. Okay. Everyone's saying hello. Okay, Maryland. Most people are saying Maryland. Some people are saying DMV. Demilitarized zone? Is that what that is? I'm just gonna say Maryland because I think that's the... You know, this is confusing me. This is confusing me. Why? Oh, I'm so confused. You know what? Let's just ask the people at the venue tomorrow. Yep, that's what I'm doing because you guys are all confusing me. I'm just gonna ask the people at the venue. They probably know what's up. Okay. 안녕하세요. 오늘 The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This teeny tiny book. Okay, let's not say it's teeny tiny. 초딩책이라뇨. 와, 진짜 너무하다. 와. 이걸 읽고 초딩책이라고 말할 수가 없어요. 초딩이 이해할 수 있을 것 같아요, 이 책? 초딩이 이해할 수 있을 것 같아요? 초딩 때 읽었으면 절대 이해 못해. 진짜 초딩책이라니. I mean, no. 막 진짜 no. Anyway, 진짜 오랜만이에요. 릴리딩. 제가 진짜 이 라이브를 하기 위해서 고민을 많이 했어요. 결국에는 오늘로 했는데 저희가 방금 제가 말하려다 말았는데 방금 도착했거든요. 메릴랜드에 방금 도착했는데 생각보다 그 차가 많이 막혀서 그런지 예상 시간보다 2시간 늦게 도착했어요. 아니 거의 3시간이지. 3시간 늦게 도착했어요. 그래서 생각보다 시간이 많지 않습니다. 제가 또 데드라인이 있거든요. 몇 시까지 나오기로 했거든요. 그래서 시간이 많지 않습니다. 그리고 그리고 차에서 화장실 가야 할까봐 물을 한 모금도 안 마셨어요. 그런데도 가야 되긴 하더라고요. 시간이 길어서. 근데 진짜 TMI죠. TMI지만 어쨌든 원래 친한 사람들끼리는 진짜 이런 재밌는 얘기를 하는 게 좋잖아요. 그리고 이거 물이에요? 3시간 아니었어요. 거의 5시간이었어요. 뉴욕 시내 부분 지나가는 데까지 거의 1시간은 걸리더라고요. 너무 막혀가지고. 원래 그래요? 어쨌든 그래서 거의 총 5시간 넘게 걸린 것 같아요. 다행히도 이제 휴게소를 2번쯤 들릴 수 있어서 참 다행이었지만 안 그랬으면 정말 힘들었을 것 같아요. 근데 사실 운전하시는 분이 제일 힘들었겠죠. 그래서 너무 고생 많으셨어요. anyway, 그래서 그것 때문에 꽤 예정보다 좀 더 늦게 왔어요. 근데 사실 한국 시간으로는 오히려 늦을수록 괜찮을 것 같긴 해요. 지금 아침이니까. 근데 어쨌든 yes, so I've just arrived in Maryland. I'm in Maryland and yeah, we were just on a bus for like 5 hours. So I'm gonna be drinking some water because I didn't drink any water basically because I was so scared, you know. Long bus drive problems, you know what I mean? 어쨌든 책 읽으신 분 진짜 오랜만이다. 너무 오랜만이어서 자연스럽지 않다 뭔가. 책 읽으신 분 Who read the book? Who read the book? Let's have a roll call. 저용. 귀여워. 저요. 감사합니다. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. 다 읽었죠? 오케이. 책도 읽고 영화도 봤어요. 와, 저도 영화 보고 싶어요. How long did it take you to finish the book? Oh my god. It was so long ago. Oh my god. I'm afraid that I've forgotten everything because it was so long ago. I read it pretty quickly. I mean, I would have read it quicker if I didn't have all those schedules. I read it in like, I think like a week or so. I mean, yeah, it's really short, so I guess most people would probably read it quicker than that. But like, I'm a busy girl. I was in Brazil. I was very busy. But yeah, since it's short, I was glad because I was thinking Answers might have an easier time than they did with Wuthering Heights. Answer 분들은 아마 저보다 더 빨리 읽으셨을 거예요. 저는 한 일주일 정도 걸렸어요. 그때가 딱 해외 일정 때 참 되게 바빴을 때였어가지고 꽤 걸렸던 것 같아요. 다른 사람보다. 근데 그래도 읽으면서 그래도 Wuthering Heights보다는 훨씬 더 엔서분들이 쉽게 다가갈 수 있겠다는 생각은 했었어요. 근데 진짜 너무 오래전에 다 읽어가지고 좀 걱정이 되네요. 많이 까먹었을 것 같아요, 사실. 그러니까 몰라요. 조금 다시 보긴 했는데 제 노트랑 그런 거 다 다시 보긴 했는데 아니 너무 내용이 복잡해서 짧은 책이지만 너무 내용이 복잡해서 정확하게 기억을 할 수 있을지 모르겠어요. 파이팅! 엔서분들이 릴리더스 분들이 많이 도와주실 거예요. Anyway, it's been so long since I've read this. I'm kind of scared that I forgot it. But I did do a bit of research before, and I did reread my notes, so I'm kind of up to date. But like this book, it packs a punch. Like this tiny book has so much lore building and science fiction-y stuff. I'm definitely forgetting most of it, but we'll figure it out together. 죄송합니다. That was so random. Okay, so 일단은 첫 시작 그 진짜 또 하나 TMI를 얘기해야겠다. 사실 이 커버 이거 중고로 산 거거든요. 그래서 사실 기대는 많이 안 했지만 아니 이 커버가 다 뜯어졌어요. 다 통째로. 근데 다행히도 이제 되게 깨끗하게 분리가 되어서 제가 다시 풀로 붙였었어요. 그래서 보여요. 제가 풀 붙인 게. 근데 다행이죠. 풀이 있어서. 근데 어쨌든 되게 웃겼던 것 같아요. Anyway, what was really funny is that I bought this secondhand, and the whole cover, this whole thing, I mean, clearly it's a mass market paperback, so it's not the best quality, but still, it was kind of sad. The whole thing came off, this whole outside cover. But luckily, I had some glue on me, so I glued it back together. That was such a relief. But anyway. 이제 첫 시작을 약간 일단은 조금 노트를 얘기하면 진짜 웃겼어요. 아니 나만 그런가? 아니 다 그랬을 거야. 그러니까 유명하겠지. 근데 진짜 웃겨. 너무 웃겨. 그 작가님이 쓰시는 방법이 진짜 웃겨요. 그래서 저는 원래 유머가 있는 SF 책들을 좋아해요. 왜냐하면 유머가 무조건 필요해. 이런 것들은 그러니까 뭔가가 필요해. 저는 왜냐하면 제가 너무 이런 쪽이 아니거든요. 그 과학에 대한 관심이 막 엄청나게 있는 것도 아니고 SF를 평소에 막 엄청 좋아하는 건 아닌데 진짜 무조건 다른 요소가 있어야지 제가 진짜 잘 좋아하게 되더라고요. 예를 들어서 저희가 더 마션을 읽었을 때 그 책을 제가 제일 좋아했던 이유가 유머가 너무 웃겨서 되게 좋아했었는데 이 책도 역시나 너무 웃겼어. 그래서 나는 알겠어. 왜 유명한지 바로 알더라고요. 진짜 딱 뭔가 좋아하는 사람이 많을 것 같은 스타일이었어요. 읽자마자. 저는 SF를 할 거면 물론 이제 좀 진지하게 하는 책들도 있지만 저는 개인적으로 SF가 조금 덜 진지하고 진짜 자기를 너무 진지하게 like doesn't take itself too seriously. 너무 진지하기만 하지 않은 SF가 좋아요. 왜냐면 너무 진지해지면 너무 멘붕이 와요. 진짜 이 많은 정보들을 받아들이기가 훨씬 어렵더라고요. 그래서 그게 되게 웃겨서 참 다행이었고 처음부터 이제 메인 캐릭터 이름이 뭐였다? 아서 메인 캐릭터 아서가 이제 그냥 진짜 웃긴 게 아무것도 모르는 상태에서 갑자기 알고 보니 집이 bulldozed. What is that? What is that in Korean? bulldozed가 뭘까? You know, wreck. 뭔가를 만들기 위해서 정부에서 집을 부셔. 아니 진짜 이 너무 말이 안 되긴 해. 근데 어쨌든 그 사실을 모르다가 이제 저희는 이제 읽으면서 조금씩 힌트를 줬었어요. 예를 들어서 막 갑자기 노란 색깔이 보이거나 아니면 단어가 뇌에서 스쳐 지나가거나 막 그런 약간 힌트 같은 것들이 있어가지고 저희가 오히려 메인 캐릭터보다 먼저 뭔가를 알게 되는 느낌? 그래서 되게 재밌었어요. 그게. 근데 알고 보니 진짜 웃긴 게 알려주지를 않았어요. 정부에서 제대로 약간 되게 이상한 핑계를 대면서 이제 막 여기 있었는데 뭐 진짜 전혀 사람이 갈 수 있는 곳이 아니었던 네 그런 거 있죠. 그런 거 있어요. 어쨌든 그만해야 되는데 그래서 이제 싸우다가 그 부시려고 하는 사람이랑 싸우는 것도 되게 웃겼어요. 그 캐릭터가 진짜 웃겼어. 이상하게 막 겐기스칸의 wait, is that even how you say it in Korean? 겐기스칸? Well, anyway, 그 사람의 막 옛날 Oh my god. 나 한국어 너무 못해. 너무 어려운 단어 많다. 이 책. Ancestor? 아니 어려울 만하지. Ancestor? What is that? 조상, 선조. 조상이라는 내용이 나오더라고요. 그래서 되게 뜬금없었고 그때부터 와, 이 책은 웃기겠다 싶었어요. 조상님, 네, 조상님. 그래서 그냥 진짜 웃겼어요. 근데 이제 갑자기 이제 다른 캐릭터를 만나게 돼요. Ford. So anyway, we start off the book with our main character Arthur, who doesn't realize anything's wrong. In fact, the reader kind of gets hints about something being off before the main character even figures it out, which is kind of a very interesting take, I would say. Like there's little hints, like he's like, okay, not hints because it's so brazen, but like, you know, the word bulldozer just going across his brain, and then he just sees flashes of yellow, but then he just ignores it for some reason because everyone is just so unserious in this book. This is probably the most unserious book I've read in a long time. And like he looks out the window and there's a bulldozer, and he doesn't even like, he's like, what the hell is that? And then that's it, you know? It's funny. It's so funny. And then we meet the guy who is trying to bulldoze his house, and he is a descendant of Genghis Khan. Very random tidbit to put in. Like his brain. Okay. And then it turns out the government, it was just like such a cop-out. They put this notice of eviction like very, very somewhere deep down inside the government archives so that he would never find it, which at that point I'm like, this can't be real life. Are we already in space? Because what? And then he's having like murderous visions. It's crazy. And then we meet Ford, who is an alien. 장기스칸 나오다가 가품프멘트 나오다가 불도저? 재밌겠다. 맞아요. 진짜 재밌는데 진짜 뜬금없어. 술이 아닌 걸 아는데 술 같아. 아니 그 호텔에서는 이렇게 유리병으로도 많이 물을 주시더라고요. 근데 저 물을 이런 유리병으로 마시면 더 맛있는 거 보니까 기분 탓 뭔지 아시죠? 그런 게 있어요. 오케이. 어쨌든 포드가 외계인이래요. 알고 보니 몇 년이었더라? 거의 뭐 20년인가? 되게 길게 몰래 지구에서 사는 외계인이래요. 근데 이제 인간 친구가 그 아서도 아직 모르는 상태예요. 저희도 사실 포드에 대한 아직 많은 정보를 몰라요. 그냥 외계인인 것만 알고 그것도 알아요. 포드가 지구? 세상? 지구 아니 지주. 지주? 지구가 곧 멸망할 거라는 사실을 알고 있어요. 근데 이게 진짜 곧이야. 막 거의 20분 후야. 이게 진짜 웃긴 게 아니 그래서 친구를 불러요. 이제 당연히 걔는 알겠지. 이제 세계가 아니 지구가 곧 멸망할 거여서 오 마이 갓! 곧 멸망할 거여서 다 의미가 없어진 게 근데 어쨌든 그냥 그게 되게 웃겼어요. 갑자기 그래서 술을 먹재요. 마지막 술. 어차피 다 죽을 거니까. 그래서 이제 그렇게 저희는 설명을 딱히 못 듣고 갑자기 이제 지구가 멸망해요. 진짜 5분만 남은 상태에서 갑자기 어떤 다른 외계인 분들이 뭔가를 막 이제 지구를 멸망시킬 거예요. 막 지구를 부실 거예요. 막 그런 거를 얘기하다가 이제 진짜로 이제 멸망을 해. 아니 갑자기 지구가 다 부서져. 아서는 다행히도 포드랑 친구여서 포드는 근데 포드를 미리 어떻게 알았더라? 분명히 있었는데 기억이 안 난다. 근데 어쨌든 히치하이킹을 하게 된 거죠. 그 나쁜 외계인의 오 마이 갓 우주선이라고 하나? 비행? 아니 UFO 미확인 비행 물체 뭐 그렇게 할 수도 있지. 비행 접시 well 다 돼. I suppose 다 돼. 걔 UFO라고 하면 알아들으실 거야. UFO를 타요. 나쁜 사람들. 진짜 죄송해요. 이게 제가 설명을 못하는 것처럼 들리잖아요. 물론 그건 맞지만 그냥 책이 그렇게까지 제대로 설명을 안 해줘요. 뭐든지. 그래서 진짜 이거예요. 진짜 이거야. 아니 이게 그리고 제 기억력도 그렇게 좋진 않지만 진짜 랜덤하게 느껴지지만 진짜 책도 그런 느낌이니까 조금 아마 보신 분들은 알 거예요. 근데 So anyway, so Ford is an alien. His friend doesn't know it yet, but he somehow finds out that the world is gonna end. I should say the Earth is going to explode. I don't know. Be died. No, what? Hello? Be exploded in like 20 minutes or less. And so his friend, while he is lying on the ground, oh my god, that was also a thing. The friend is like, let's just have a pint. And they go to the nearest pub. And I guess then the world ends. And they hitchhike to... before, like 5 minutes before the world ends, we get this like announcement from the... I wrote it down. Volgans? They start with a V. But anyway, all the names are just so hard to keep track. They're all crazy. Anyway, you know, Vogans. Vogans 맞네. Kind of sounds like Bogans. Okay, so yeah, I was right. Vogans. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. This is gonna be such a hard... Lily's lost the plot. Like, I've already lost the plot. It's just the book is lost. The book's plot is lost. That's the whole point. It's camp. I don't have to tell you. It's camp. Okay, so they hitchhike on the Vogans' spaceship. And yeah. So, okay. 아서랑 포드가 보관들의 UFO를 이제 들어가는데 oh my god. 거기에서 아서가 알게 된 거야. 그 사람이 알고 보니 외계인이었다는 것을. 그리고 자기의 지구가 다 멸망했다는 것을 알게 된 거야, 한 번에. 그러니까 그게 얼마나 사람의 마음에 충격이었겠어. 그래서 거의 이제 멘탈이 흔들려. 그냥 멘탈이 다 죽지 그냥. 그럴만해. 아니 사실 거의 감흥이 안 오더라고요. 아니 저도 저 같았어도 그래요. 누가 그거를 지금 갑자기 내가 여기에서 갑자기 지구가 멸망한다고 해도 받아들이지 못할 거예요. 누구든. 그치? 그게 되게 현실적이라고 생각했어요. 어쨌든 저는 릴리더스 분들에게 물어보고 싶었어요. 갑자기 친구가 자기 다른 행성에서 왔다고 하면 어떻게 하실 거예요? 아니면 외계인이라고 하면 어떻게 하실 거예요? 믿을 거예요? 진짜 증거는 없지만 진짜 막 맹세한다고 내가 진짜 엄마를 걸어서 막 진짜 외계인이라고 막 말하면 믿을 거예요? 응응 믿음. 일단 잠을 재워야지. 오케이, interesting. 신고해야지. 와, 그건 좀 너무하잖아. 엄마를 걸어? 걸지 마. 대답은 잘 해주지만 믿지는 않음. 증명하려고 해야지. 그치? 증명이 필요하지. 믿어주긴 할 것 같아. 저는 진짜로 만약에 제 동생, 저랑 이 세상에서 제일 믿는 사람, 내 동생이, 내 친동생이 갑자기 외계인이라고 하면 좀 멘탈이 걱정되기도 할 것 같아요. 왜냐면 제 동생도 저만큼 되게 스피리추얼한 사람이 아니기 때문에 되게 현실 세계에 살고 있는 인간들이고 그런 거 잘 안 믿는 저희 두 명 다 그러니까 제 동생이 갑자기 그러기 시작하면 좀 믿을만 할 수도. 근데 좀 멘탈이 걱정되기도 하고. 근데 진짜 증거를 보여주면 믿겠죠. 근데 증거가 없고 그냥 자기 믿으래. 무조건 믿으래. 믿어야 되지 않을까? 내 동생인데. 근데 믿기가 쉽진 않겠지. 내가 그런 마인드가 가지고 있지 않은데. 아쉽게도 저는 약간 이런 책 같은 걸 읽는 건 좋아하지만 솔직히 현실 세계에서는 되게 시니컬한 사람이거든요. 맞아요. 그게 재미없다는 걸 알아요. 그런 걸 믿어야지 인생이 재밌어지는 건 알지만 어쩔 수 없이 안 믿게 되더라고요, 잘. 그래도 상상해보면 재밌잖아요? So, I'm asking the little readers, if you guys had a friend who suddenly said they were an alien or from a different planet, would you believe them and what would you do? For me personally, I unfortunately, even though I know it's so like not fun of me, like I would love to be the type of person but that believes in like fairies and witches and aliens, that's kind of a different story, but like I haven't really like solidified my theory on that yet. So I would say for now, like I wouldn't really just believe it if someone just said they were an alien, you know what I mean? I don't really believe in that type of stuff. I want to because I know it would make life way more interesting. But I just can't do it because I'm cynical, unfortunately, and I'm pretty, yeah. But anyway, if someone like the person I trusted the most in this world, like my sister, who was also very cynical like me, if she said that she was an alien, I mean, I don't know what I would do. Obviously, I'd ask her to prove it, but if she didn't have proof, I guess I'd have to believe her or send her to the doctors. I'd go with the second one, the latter. The latter first, because, you know, we need to check. But if, oh no, but then wait, no, but then what if she gets taken by the government or something? If she says she's an alien and then she gets, obviously they're gonna all think she's crazy. No, that would be mean of me. No, I can't take her to a mental hospital. That would be very mean. I'd have to believe her. There's no other choice. Like, unless I'm gonna do a full, like, mental health assessment on her, I'd have to believe her. I mean, it is my sister. It's the least I can do. Anyway, also a side note. Apparently Lana Del Rey is the publisher for this book. I just wanted to show you guys. Lana Del Rey published this book. Yay! I'm just kidding. Anyway, so we have like these evil Vogons. I'm shook. I am in awe of the lack of humanity from these aliens because what do you mean they're detonating Earth just like that? It's so mean. Like, how dare you just detonate Earth? The audacity of it all, you know? Because how could you do that? Those are people. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that. But then it just happens. We don't really get that much build up. It just happens, and then all of a sudden there's no Earth anymore. Crazy business, you know? Kind of sad. 어쨌든 그 보관분들이 너무 아무 생각 없이 좀 너무했지. 아무 생각 없이 그냥 지구를 다 부셔버리고, 아니 거기에 살고 있는 사람, 지금 여기에 살고 있는 사람이 얼마나 많은데 그 사람들 전혀 생각을 하지도 않고 그냥 붐! 한 거 진짜 얼마나 놀랐는지 알아요? 아무리 빌런이라고 해도 진짜 너무했잖아. 이건 진짜 너무했잖아. Okay, another, 이것 또 다른 질문이에요. 제가 물어보고 싶은 거. 만약에 지구가 2분 후에 멸망한대, 이 책에서 나오는 것처럼, 그러면 당신들은 어떻게 하실 거예요? 이제 2분밖에 없어. 갑자기 그 외계인 친구가 지구가 2분 후에 멸망한대. 아무것도 못해. 뭐 하실 거예요? 리딩이나 봐야지. 안 돼요. 감사합니다. 사실 할 수 있는 게 없죠. 그건 맞죠. 아니 뭐 가족이랑 통화라도 하실 수 있지. 근데 2분 좀 너무하긴 했어. 릴리에게 법을 보낼 거야. 사랑한다고? 진짜 감사합니다. 저를 생각해 주시다니. 그 2분의 소중한 시간 동안. 일단 뭐 사실 진짜 할 수 있는 게 없으니까 그냥 멘탈을 굳이 잡을 필요가 없을 것 같아요. 어차피 곧 죽을 텐데 뭐 굳이 내가 그걸 받아들일 필요가 있을까? 그냥 행동부터 먼저 했었을 것 같아요. 그냥 최대한 너무 깊게 생각하지 말고, 그냥 깊게 생각하다가 갑자기 굳으면 그 이분이 다 너무 아쉽게 날아가는 거니까 그냥 그렇게 하고, well, 앤서분들이랑 어떻게든 마지막 대화를 나누려고 노력을 했지 않았을까요? 이런 라이브를 키거나. 근데 그거 좀 이기적인 거다. 앤서분들도 가족 보셔야 되니 가족을 먼저 보신 아이돌 라이브를 보고 앉아있진 않을 거야. 맞아, 그건 진짜 이기적이다. well, 일단은 뭐 버블이라도 보내겠죠. 버블이라도 보내고 라이브를 키던지, 제 가족이랑 통화도 해야 되니까 아무래도. 근데 이제 호주에 계시는 분들은 이제 연결이 안 되면 되게 슬픈 일이겠죠? 딱 30분씩 나누자. 그러면 30분 동안 내 엄마 30분이 아니지 초지 초 왜냐면 2분이니까 2분 야 뭐래 2분이니까 30초 단위로 나뉘어 30초 동안 엄마랑 통화하기 30초 동안 앤서랑 통화하기 30초의 통화라기보다는 이제 라이브 같은 거겠죠? 30초 동안 내 동생 30초 동안 내 아빠 이제 아쉽게도 내 친구들은 다 빠이빠이고 인사를 못하겠네 어쩔 수 없어요 2분밖에 없는데 어쨌든 중요한 존재분들부터 먼저 해야지 그렇게 할 듯해요 좋다 플랜 만들었다 좋다 어쩔 수 없다 진짜 미안하다 근데 또 다른 사람들은 또 다르게 하고 싶을 수도 있겠다 오히려 그 2분 안에 뭐 맛있는 걸 먹던지 좋아하는 노래를 듣던지 뭐 그렇게 하는 방법도 있겠다 That's an oddly detailed plan Well, that was the whole vibe So anyway, I have a question, a theory. Oh my god. Hypothetical. Oh, okay. I have a hypothetical question again. So just like in the book, your friend tells you they're an alien, and then they tell you you have 2 minutes left to live. What are you doing with those 2 minutes? Now, I've discussed this in Korean, but I have ultimately decided 30 seconds of time allotments. I'm doing 30 seconds mom, 30 seconds answer, 30 seconds dad, 30 seconds my sister. No time for anything else, I'm afraid. What are you gonna do? It's 2 minutes. So, unfortunately, other relatives and my friends, I will not be able to say goodbye to. But like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's 2 minutes. What are you gonna do? Not the 30-second fan meet. Not your members. Oh my god! You're so right! No, it's fine because they're probably gonna be next to me, so it'll be okay. It's actually, there's like a 70% chance I am next to them in that moment because I'm like next to them 24/7. So like, we'll just be together. 이게 멤버분들은 거의 70% 이상으로 확률로 옆에 계실 거예요. 저 항상 붙어 있으니까 진짜 괜찮을 것 같아요. 같이 있을 거야 그 순간에. 그러니까 이제 옆에 이렇게 엄마랑 통화하면서 멤버들이랑도 빠이빠이 하는 거지. 앤서분이랑 라이브도 멤버들 다 같이 하는 거지. 다 생각했지. Okay, so I'll stuff my face full of all the fruit I'm allergic to. Oh my god, that is so sad. Every day I'm grateful that I don't have allergies. You people with lots of allergies, you guys are superhuman. I don't know how you do it. That's actually so sad though. That's so sad. I hope you don't have too many. That's actually so sad. But that is such a good idea though. You're right. You're so right. Peanut butter sandwich and ice cream. Are you allergic to peanut butter and ice cream or something and sandwiches or something? That's so sad. But yeah, that's a great idea. Wouldn't it be too sad to say goodbye? I guess, but like, what else am I gonna do for the 2 minutes? Like lament? Cry? Might as well say goodbye the last time I can. I mean, I guess it would all become meaningless in 2 minutes, but I mean, I guess the 2 minutes, at least I had some sort of happiness for those 2 minutes. Yeah, but we're all dying anyways. Yeah, I know, I get it, but I mean, like right now we're all dying anyways too. Why are we living life then? If we're just going to be like, oh, we're all dying anyway. Every single moment of our lives has meaning. That's the whole reason we're living. If we're like, oh, we're gonna die anyway, you could apply that to anything in your life. So might as well use those 2 minutes to spend it with people you love, I suppose. I mean, yeah, we are all gonna die anyway, but I mean, yeah, Might as well then, because what else would we do? Existential crisis core. Yeah, I go through these a bunch. It's fine. Period. Thank you. Okay. So we are, oh my god, we are taking too long. Oh. Sorry. Okay, Oh yeah, another tidbit. How all of the names in this book are insane. Because what is Zaphod Beeblebrox? Who even comes up with that? That's crazy. Zaphod Beeblebrox? Insanity. Insanity. This man, I want to know what goes through this person's brain. The amount of creativity this person possesses. I am in awe. In awe. 아, 그리고 이것도 말하고 싶었어요. 진짜 이름들이 너무 특이해서 되게 신기하고 이 작가님의 뇌가 정말 궁금했어요. 창의력이 너무 넘쳐서. 이름이 Zaphod Beeblebrox래요. 그런 걸 어떻게 생각해 놓으신 거예요, 진짜? 진짜 대단해요. 진짜 그런 걸 생각해 하는 것 자체가 너무 신기해요. Oh yeah, and then we also had footnotes, which I always love footnotes, and I just want to mention it. footnotes가 한국어로 뭐지? 잠시만요. 물 다 마셔서 물 더 가져와야겠다. Anyway, 무슨 말? 맞다. footnotes가 있어가지고 그것도 되게 좋았어요. Oh yeah, and then there was this word. Maximegalacticians. And this is not an outlier. There's like every single paragraph, there's at least one of these crazy made up, let's give it some more respect than that. No, it is made up, but I mean, it's still a vocab, so let's give it more respect. But anyway, like every paragraph there's this crazy, like this big word that nobody knows what it means except for the author, I'm assuming. Maybe they don't even know. But the vocab was crazy. Wait, can you say it again? I missed it. You're evil! Maximegalacticians. I don't even know if that's right. 그리고 이 책에 진짜 어려운 단어가 진짜 많았어요. Vocab level crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. And I love a good fun vocab for like fantasy worlds. I love it. I eat it up. But this is some crazy work. I love it. I'm eating it up. It's camp. But it's a lot. 진짜 어려운 단어가 되게 많았어요. 약간 어려운 단어라고 하기에는 그냥 새로 만드신 단어 같은 것들? 근데 어쨌든 되게 안 열려. 열어. 오케이. 되게 네 단어들이 어려운 거 많았어요. 또 느낀 거 진짜 이 작가님이 제가 매번 얘기를 했지만 이 작가님이 진짜 약간 지니어스처럼 느껴지지만 또 무서울 정도로 창의력이 너무 넘치셔서 뇌가 너무 궁금한 사람. 진짜로 그냥 자기가 뭐라 해야지? 한 아이디어 같은 것들을 그냥 다 뭐 말이 되든 안 되든 그냥 다 넣어버린 것 같아요. Like 너무 웃겨. 그래서 너무 웃기고 재밌어. 그런 게 재밌는 거야. 너무 웃겨. 너무 놀라워. 그리고 너무 당황스러웠어. And I just really thought the whole book. I'm like, this author really just threw in everything he ever wanted into this book, and I love that for him. Because what do you mean a super intelligent shade of blue? Excuse me? but like iconic. You can't help but to applaud. Cause who even thinks of that? I was thinking that I was thinking that I kind of at least have a kind of creative brain. I am nothing. I am dirt compared to this person's brain. Who even comes up with that? But that's fun. I love it. It's fun. I really do feel like he was just throwing spaghetti at the wall. Just anything that sticks. Well, no, even if it doesn't stick. He just put it in the book. He just put it in. It's very funny. Oh, yeah. And then we 그 다음에 이제 시신. 이 신이 제 최애 신이었던 것 같아요. 진짜 읽으면서 막 깔깔 웃었어요. 진짜 너무 웃겨. 이 보간이라는 외계인 분들이 시를 되게 못 쓰나 봐요. 그래서 그 시를 가뭄? 그건 drought. torture? What was torture? 고문. 아, 되게 비슷했다. 근데 되게 비슷했다. 시 읽는 거를 고문의 방법으로 쓰이더라고요. 그 정도로 시가 별로여서. 진짜 웃겼어요, 그 씬. Wait, let me see if I can find one. Let me see. No, wait, I went too far. Or did they not actually show it to us? I feel like... 죄송합니다. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's actually so bad. Reading it back, oh god, whoopsies, my bad, I'm so sorry. Anyway, reading it back, it's actually so bad. Oh god, it's so bad. Oh my god, I can't even read it. Oh my god, I can't read it. It's so bad. Who even comes up with this stuff? Oh, I can't. I actually don't want the words to leave my lips. I feel like you guys will hate me forever because I don't even want to say it. But I have to though. Because I already brought it up and I found the page. I have to at least. Okay. Oh, freddled grunt bugly. It's so funny. Thy micturations are to me a plurdled gabble blotchets on a lurgid bee. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, these are the worst combination of words anyone has ever come up with. Group, I implore thee, my fruiting turlingdromes, and hooptisly drangle me with crinkly bindle wordles, or I will rend thee in the gobbler warts with my blurgle crunchion. See if I don't. It's actually very funny. It's so funny. 어쨌든 그런 시를 통해서 고문을 하는 그런 씬이 진짜 웃겼던 것 같아요. 진짜 웃겼어. So anyway, like I just read you, I think the poetry scene was probably one of my favorites. It's so funny. Excruciating to the brain, but it's so funny. Like, who even comes up with that? And their reactions. It's so funny. It's like peak comedy. I'm so sorry. Anyway, 어쨌든 이 스토리 진짜 이 작은 책에 저희에게 들어온 정보가 너무 많았기 때문에 되게 약간 그걸 다 기억하기 되게 어려워서 뭐라 해야 되지? 다 입력하기가 어려웠어요. 네, 약간 한번 읽고 퐁 날아가는 느낌. 제가 너무 이제 과학적인 쪽의 마인드가 아니어서 그런 걸 수도 있고 그냥 일부러 그런 걸 노린 걸 수도 있고 솔직히 이걸 모든 걸 다 이해하기 위해서 만든 책이 전혀 아닌 것 같거든요. 흘러 읽어야 하긴 해. 네, 진짜 흘러 읽어야 하는 게 있어요. 그런 책들이 가끔씩 있죠. 진짜 굳이 그걸 물론 하나씩 알아들으려고 노력하신 분들도 있겠지만 그런 분들에겐 참 박수를 보내고 싶네요. 하지만 저는 흘러가도 충분히 재밌게 잘 즐겼던 것 같아요. 흘러 읽어도. 진짜 흘러 읽었다는 것도 아니야. 진짜 열심히 읽었는데 어쨌든 뭔지 아시죠? 이거 책 읽은 사람 알 거야 무슨 말인지. 이게 다 이해하려고 하면 안 돼. 너무 말이 안 되는 게 많고 새로운 단어들도 많고 그게 재미라고 생각해요. 솔직히 아마 이 사람도 다 이해 못했을 거야. 자기가 무슨 말 하는지도 모를 거야. 대부분. Anyway, I said it again. You know, at the concert, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before that, I think, for one of the concerts. Someone literally had a poster of an Anyway counter. It was so eye-opening to me. And it was so sweet. I love the posters that Answers bring whenever we go on tour. It's like, reading them really fills my heart with so much joy. Answers is so funny. Someone literally had a picture of like the raw capitalism lily right next to the receipt of the concert tickets. Wow, if that's not self-aware, I don't know what is. Yeah, it really made me think, but it was so funny. I love everyone. Sorry, tangent. Anyway, no, what I said it again. 괜찮아. 생각해보자. 나 무슨 얘기하고 있었더라. Right. I can't even imagine the amount of plot holes that must be in this book that I missed because my brain was not computing. I gotta tell you, I don't think, this might be controversial, but I don't think this book was meant to be completely understood. I don't know how to say this. I think some parts we can just let it go. I don't think it needs to be analyzed to the depths of the depths. I'm sure there are some people who are smarter than me who like know this book front to back. And I am very happy for them, but for me, my brain does not have that capacity. And I think that's okay. I don't think this book was meant to be, like studied like a textbook. It's supposed to be camp. It's supposed to be just a bunch of random facts thrown in. I don't think it's, like your average fantasy book. This is more sci-fi, but as an example, like the Hunger Games, where usually you would understand, most of the lore, most of how the governments and the people and the vocab and stuff, you would understand how it works, right? I think this book, it really is just meant to be taken at face value. I'm sure it's a lot of fun for like the big sci-fi fans who really want to go deep. But it's also fun for the people who just want to read it as a quick summer read, I think that's kind of probably one of the best selling points. And why it's so popular is because it contains multitudes. You could be like a super sci-fi girly and still like really eat it up and you know, find joy in, you know, sorry, analyzing all of the vocabs and hard stuff. But you can also just be a casual reader who reads it for fun and still finds it crazy and enjoyable. So I think it's okay to not look into it too deeply. That's how I'm choosing to go about it. Because I don't have the brain capacity for that, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I could if I wanted to. But anyway. I wrote in my notes, I can't even imagine the amount of plot holes there must be in this universe, but my brain cannot handle that. I'm choosing to accept this as the unserious thing it is. And that is literally the exact crux of what I just said. A lot of this I'm reading with an okay, sure, why not mindset. Because yeah, that's how you get through it. Some of this stuff was just so weird that my brain could not even picture it, you know? Did you know every rendition of this book, radio, movie, etc., has no consistency even though they were made by the same author because he doesn't even care to keep it? Yeah, I read something about that on Wikipedia, you know, which that's so on point. That's so on point. I really do feel like it's just camp. It's camp. It's camp. It's camp. I don't know what to tell you. It's camp. Okay. 아, 또 말하고 싶었던 거. 제가 되게 좋아하는 밴드 레디오헤드가 알고 보니 제가 이제 이 책을 읽기도 전에 사실 이 약간 이 사실을 알고 있었어요. 근데 이제 당연히 책을 읽지 않은 상태여서 정확하게 무슨 내용인지는 몰랐지만 어쨌든 제가 또 되게 좋아하는 라디오헤드라고 해야 되나? 라디오헤드 노래가 이 책에 나오는 Paranoid Android를 레퍼런스 하는 노래가 있더라고요. 제가 그 노래를 되게 좋아하거든요. 근데 너무 신기했어요. 아니 어쨌든 라디오헤드의 어쨌든 I think the lead singer of Radiohead's called Tom. Tom something. I'm blanking. Yeah, Tom York. I've actually never heard his name said out loud. I don't know whether it's Thom. It might be Thom, but I'm guessing it's Tom. Anyway, Tom York. I'm assuming he must have read this book and decided to write. I don't know if he wrote the whole song about it. I did look into it, but it's very metaphorical. But anyway, he was so inspired that he wrote a song about it, which is so great. That's what I love about books and arts, because like everything inspires each other, and that's the fun of it, you know? 어쨌든 그분이 이 책을 읽고 노래를 썼다는 게 진짜 재밌었어요. 제가 또 좋아하는 곡이기도 하고, 제가 이래서 책이랑 이제 예술이랑 그런 거를 되게 너무 좋아해요. 다 영향을 줘요, 모든 것들이. 이런 걸 읽고 영향을 받아서 가사를 쓰고 곡을 쓰고 그걸 또 듣는 사람이 또 있고 그 노래를 듣고 또 영향을 받아서 노래를 또 쓰고 책을 쓰고 그런 게 너무 재밌잖아요. 그런 게 너무 좋아요. And it's such a great song. 진짜 좋은 노래예요. So yeah, we meet Paranoid Android Mervyn or Marvin. Is it Mervyn or Marvin? Sorry. Marvin. Okay, I'm so sorry for disrespecting Marvin. Everyone's saying talk about Marvin. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get the hype. He's a cutie. I do love him, but I don't get it. Why are you guys so obsessed with him? Everyone's like, he's so fun. He's a cutie. Like, protect Marvin. I'm sad for Marvin. I love the comedic relief that he provided. He's hilarious. I'll give you that. And I do like him as a character, but like, also, I'm not gonna lie, I would get exhausted to be around a Marvin type character. It gets exhausting and it's taxing on other people's mental health, okay? Just because you're a computer and you don't actually have mental health doesn't mean you can just like affect everyone's mental health around you. If I was around that person, Marvin, Marvin the person, if I was around Marvin, I feel like I'd get annoyed and kind of it would affect my mood because of how down he is all the time. I do admit that's the whole point. And I also agree, I mean, you don't have to hide when you're feeling depressed in order to try not to affect the other people around you, but keep in mind he is a robot, so who cares? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I do care about Marvin, I do. But I just feel like, me personally, I would have been exhausted to be around Marvin, and he probably would have gotten on my nerves. So, I don't know. I do like him, and he does add a lot to the book, but I wasn't like obsessed with him, so I'm sorry. Everyone was just, asking about Marvin, so I had to say it. 어쨌든 마빈이라는 캐릭터가 있어요. 그 캐릭터가 이제 라디오헤드가 쓴 캐릭터에 대한 쓴 거고, 솔직히 그 컨셉은 되게 마음에 들어요. 솔직히. 아니, 로봇이 있는데 그 로봇이 우울증에 걸려서 불안하고 오히려 인간들보다 훨씬 더 약간 불안한 그런 되게 뭔가 컨셉 자체는 되게 멋있고 뭐 마음에 들어요. 근데 막상 솔직히 말하면 저는 그런 존재 옆에 있었으면 되게 스트레스 받았을 것 같아요. 계속 모든 게 다 부정적이고 막 모든 게 다 우울하고 막 그러면 개인적으로는 저에게 영향이 갔을 것 같아요. 제 무드에. 그래서 완전히 좋아한다고는 할 수 없어요. 물론 이 책에 좋은 플러스가 되는 인물이라고 생각을 하지만 솔직히 좀 스트레스 받았을 것 같아요. 옆에 있었으면 맨날 뭐만 하면 그게 웃기기도 해. 그래서 웃기기도 한데 너무 짜증났을 것 같아요. 솔직히. Sorry, 어쩔 수 없어. 근데 인기가 많더라고요. 지금 앤서분들이 쉽지 않음. 그러니까 앤서분들에겐 정말 인기가 많은 것 같아요. So who is your favorite character then? Okay, we're getting snippy. Everyone loves Marvin. My favorite character. I'm not gonna lie. None of them really call to me as favorite characters. Wait. I did kind of like the Norway guy. He was kind of funny. And, I think, I don't know, personally, I didn't really, like, totally connect with a lot of the characters. I don't think it was really meant to, I don't think it was written with my demographic in mind. If you get my drift, like, I don't think it, yeah, there wasn't a lot of characters I could relate to. I don't think it has to have characters I can relate to. I'm personally a very character-driven reader. I do like it when I have characters I can root for, but I don't necessarily need it for every book, and I don't really think this necessarily had a character that I was really resonating with. I mean, yeah, Marvin's very cute, but it doesn't, yeah, they're all interesting characters, for sure. I would like a bit more diversity with the cast of characters, to be honest. I mean, I guess they kind of are as diverse as it gets, but you know, that was kind of like kind of something that I was a bit sad about. Maybe it gets better with the other books, but anyway, so I don't really have a favorite character. Sorry. 어떤 앤서분이 제 최애 캐릭터를 여쭤보셨는데요. 솔직하게 말하면 최애 캐릭터가 없었던 것 같아요. 딱히 공감이 되는 캐릭터가 없었어요. 저는 일단 보통은 제가 책 읽을 때는 이제 공감되는 캐릭터나 이제 좀 응원하는 캐릭터가 있어야지 좀 재밌게 읽는 편이거든요. 근데 모든 책이 다 그래야 될 필요는 없을 것 같아요. 제가 생각했을 때는. 그래서 딱히 뭐 그렇다고 책이 뭐 별로였진 않았어요. 네. 조금 아쉬웠지만 뭐 근데 잘 읽었어요. 재밌게 읽었어요. 솔직하게 말하면 뭐 그렇다고 나 진짜 어떡해. 시간이 많이 없다. 그렇다고 재미없진 않았어요. 모든 캐릭터가 다 재밌었어요. Oh my god, I really gotta speed through these next ones. Oh my god. 아, 지금 시간에 원래 끝나기로 약속을 했었는데 어떡해. 오케이. 어떡해. 내가 또 안 돼. 늦게. 오케이. 그리고 고래가 나오더라고요. 일단은 고래 너무 불쌍한 한 고래 한 명이랑 한 마리랑 돌고래도 나왔어요. 그래서 앤서가 생각이 나더라고요. We had some whales. A very sad fate for one of the whales, and then very happy fate for the dolphins. We love that for the dolphins. So I was reminded of Ansel. Okay. Let's just like run through the last segment of the book. We find out that the mice. Oh, they land on this planet. Oh wait, but oh my god, I haven't even introduced the other dude, the president. We have a president. That's the guy with the crazy name, ZB. ZB, he stole another crazy spaceship. I don't try to understand the physics of it, but it works on some crazy stuff. Like, I don't understand it at all, but it works crazily. Then they land on this planet because he thinks he's gonna find something crazy there. Oh my god, I do not have time. Oh, I'm stressing. Oh my god. They land on this planet, but they thought it was uninhabited. Turns out it is inhabited by these people who make planets. The planets, they made planets for their own like planets for clients. You guys have read it, you know. And so that's how they made their money, but then suddenly they went underground. But then we find out they're actually still underground. They're there. And they actually came back to life. They weren't sleeping, and then they came out of sleep just so they can make a new planet Earth for, yes, you heard it, mice. Now, this is just a stroke of genius, because who even thinks of that? But, sorry, I don't have enough time to dwell on that. So the mice are making planet Earth. 2. Okay. So 대통령이 있어요. 이 전체 갤럭시에 대통령이 한 명 있는데 그 사람 ZB. 그 사람이 UFO 같은 걸 특이한 UFO를 훔쳐가요. 그게 되게 좋은 UFO인가 봐요. 그걸 통해서 이제 다른 행성을 가요. 그 행성이 자본이 되게 많을 거라고 생각을 했어요. 왜냐면 옛날에 그 행성을 새로 만드는 사람들이 있었대요. 근데 그 사람들이 다 죽거나 뭐 잠들고 있었는 줄 아는데 알고 보니 잠들고 있었다가 쥐들에게 새로운 지구 파트 2 만들기 위해서 다시 깨어났어요. 돈 받기 위해서. 진짜 대박인 거지. 아니 그런 걸 어떻게 생각해 도대체. 뇌가 대박이야. 그런 걸 어떻게 생각하는 거야. Anyway, so turns out the smartest, what is the word? Smartest thing on earth. Sure, let's just stick with that. Smartest thing on earth is mice. Coming in hot, dolphins. So go answer. You guys are real smart. But anyway, mice are the smartest thing. Apparently, Earth is a simulation to find out the meaning of life. Crazy stuff. I know, it's crazy. It's a lot, but it's a lot for me as well. Just reading the book, it's a lot. So there's this machine who's gonna tell us the meaning of life. One thing I would like to say, I love that this book feels so modern. It's crazy to me that this was published 40 years ago, because if you told me this was published yesterday, I would believe you, because none of it feels outdated, even though it involves technology. Crazy stuff. Anyway, so yeah, to find out the meaning of life, they have to build a simulation Earth, but then the simulation failed, so they got rid of the Earth, and then now they're making a new one. That's why they had to like demolish. So it turns out mice are kind of like the creators of the universe. They're basically God. They're geniuses. Okay, so 쥐들이 이 세상, 이 전체 갤럭시에서 제일 똑똑한 인물들이에요. 그리고 돌고래가 2등이래요. 그러니까 이제 앤서분들이 진짜 똑똑한 거야. 축하해. 그리고 알고 보니 시뮬레이션인 거야, 지구 자체가. 왜? 지구의 인생의 의미를 알기 위해서, 의미를 알기 위해서 지구를 시뮬레이션을 돈 거야. 진짜 미친 거지. 이런 걸 생각을 어떻게 한 거야 도대체. 진짜 천재야. 알겠어? 천재야. 나 아직도 잘 이해가 안 갔지만 어쨌든 천재야. 그리고 이 책에 솔직히 내가 진짜 말도 안 되게 설명하는 것 같지만 이 책에도 이렇게 나와. 내가 이상한 게 아니야. 원래 그냥 이상하게 나오는 거야. 그게 맛이야. 그게 재밌는 거야. 오케이. 그리고 어쨌든 그게 실패해. 첫 번째 시뮬레이션이 실패를 해서 지구 파트 2를 만들고 싶은 거야. 그래서 이제 그 행성을 만드는 인간들에게 이제 파트 2를 만들어 달라. 여기까지 온 거야. 그리고 이상하게 인생의 의미가 42래요. 그게 답이야. 아무도 그게 무슨 의미인지 몰라. 근데 너무 뜬금없어. 재밌어. We find out the meaning of life is 42. No one knows why. It's a mystery. It's camp. We love it. Like, why not? Sure. Meaning of life 42. Why not? Okay, so we got through. 그리고 그것도 말하고 싶었어요. 이 책이 40년 전에 퍼블리싱이 됐대요. 찾아보니까 진짜 그렇게 안 느껴져요. 진짜 어제 나온 책이라고 해도 저는 믿을 정도로, 심지어 테크와 관련된 많은 것들이 들어갔는데도 되게 진짜 현대 그냥 진짜 너무 똑똑하게 잘 쓴 것 같아요. 솔직하게 이 책이 제가 좋아하는, 제가 자주 읽는 장르가 아니에요. 제가 원래 사이파이를 그렇게까지 좋아하지 않아요. 가끔씩 읽지, 평소에는 그렇게까지 막 제 스타일이다 약간 그런 느낌은 아니지만, 솔직히 그냥 이 작가님이 너무 천재고 웃기고, 그래서 그냥 높게 점수를 드리고 싶었어요. 별점을. 그러니까 제가 진짜 완전 딱 맞는 느낌도 아니었지만 그냥 너무 인정해드리고 싶었어요. 이 뇌 어떡할 거야. 천재야. 어쩔 수 없지. 그래서 좀 높게 줬어요. Anyway, I just want to say, like, I'm not a sci-fi girly. I don't really read a lot of sci-fi, but reading this book, I was in awe of this man's brain the whole time. So even if it's not completely for me, and I must admit I didn't like fully connect with the book a lot, I still like had to give it a high rating, because like where respect is due, you know. I usually base completely on like enjoyment, but like I can't not give it a high score, because like, come on, I have to. So this is a spoiler, but I have no time, so I'm just gonna say it. I gave it 4 stars. 4점을 드렸어요. 앤서분들은 뭐 줬어요? How many stars did you guys give it? I gave it 4 stars, which is a pretty good rating. I'm pretty sure I missed out like a bunch of important lore, but like no time and also no brain capacity for that. So I'm sorry, but I think we got most of it down. 되게 약간 중요한 이야기들을 제가 좀 놓쳤을 수도 있어요. 근데 시간이 너무 없고 그리고 그럴 뇌도 안 돼. 중요한 것들은 다 얘기한 것 같아. Okay, so like 4점, 3.5, 3.5, 5, okay, 4, 3.5, okay. Okay, 4, 4.5, 5점, okay. 진짜 엔서 스타일이었나 봐. 3점, okay. 42점, 웃기네. Okay. I just know that the nerdy sci-fi types are having a field day with this type of book. I could just feel it. Like reading it, I'm like, oh my god, no wonder it's so popular. I just know they were eating it up, especially like when it was first released. I can just imagine how innovative this would have been at the time. It still is to this day. Anyway, it's so meta too, like the whole Earth Part 2. It's just so meta. It's fun. It's camp. It's fun. I love it. And also like the fact that he used mice, who, you know, humans are always experimenting on mice, and the fact that it was a whole big experiment the whole time. Genius. 그리고 쥐를 사용했다는 게 진짜 똑똑한 것 같아요. 저희가 맨날 쥐한테 실험을 하잖아요. 진짜 인간들이. 근데 그게 알고 보니 쥐들이, 이 전체 지구가 쥐들이 우리한테 실험을 했다는 게 너무 천지 같지 않아요? 너무 재밌어. 그런 걸 어떻게 생각해? 나 너무 똑똑해. 나? 아니, 그분이. 오케이. Oh yeah. I want to talk about the one female character in the whole book. Her name was Trinia. Honestly, she was a nothing burger. So that's why I didn't really have a lot to say, but I do want to mention her because she's the only woman we got, so like I at least want to give her a shout out. But yeah, I really do wish that we got a bit more from her. I don't even remember her name. Sorry. That's on me because yeah. I really do wish we had more because like, come on, give us something. Give us something, you know? Come on. Trillion. Yes, Trillion. I wanted to love her so bad. 트릴리언이라는 캐릭터가 있었는데 그분에 대해서는 그냥 샤웃아웃만 해드리고 싶어요. 여자가 그분밖에 없어서 그분에게 샤웃아웃을 드리고 싶지만 어쨌든 사실 딱히 말할 건 많이 없었어요. 그래서 네. Anyway, I'm sure she's a beloved character, but just like the first book, and I've only read the first one, so that's all I can base it on. I wanted more from her. You know? Anyway, I think it's interesting, and I do love how he incorporated like the meaning of life to it. So yeah, because it's interesting to think about. I don't like, you know how there's so many philosophers in this life who talk about the meaning of life and stuff. Which is all good and dandy. I don't think there's just one answer. I think the meaning of life is whatever the human that's living the life wants it to be. But yeah, I do think it's fun. Okay, now I'm gonna read answers. Tell me questions, your thoughts. 물어보고 싶은 거나 궁금했던 거. These are the Discord Lil Readers ratings. Lil Readers, 4.02 stars. Okay, that is very high. Guesses for Lily's rating, 3.95. You guys were spot on. Spot on, guys. You guys know me so well. I wish the author did more with Trillion. I absolutely agree. She was so like, what are we doing? No, I'm actually so disappointed in that. That's like the main reason why I had to dock it a star. There's so many parallels to real life. Then supercomputer is kind of like AI, and the astrophysicist wanting job security. Yeah, absolutely, which is why it's so relevant to this day. The book is like a sitcom, lol. It is meant to not think it too much while reading. Okay, I get your vibe. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, I had the same thoughts when I go through these kind of series that question life. Yeah. I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah. With the Star Trek stuff, absolutely. You're right. It is no excuse. It is no excuse. Lily, what would you do if you had a crush and you think that they like you? Okay, that is irrelevant to what we're talking about right now. Sorry. Zaphod lobotomizing himself and the initial reveal. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was crazy too. Reading that, let me tell you, my jaw was on the ground for like most of this whole book. Cause who even thinks about that? Literally, the whole time. Because what? And he tattooed ZB on his brain, I think? Something like that? I don't know. The crazy stuff. What a legend. Lily, you're going to make me get into reading and I never read. Good. Yes. Let's do it. Let's have a reading revolution. I found it hard to get into the book because it kind of felt like we were getting nowhere, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it's just a bunch of word vomit. I mean, but in a good way. I mean that in the best way. It's just a bunch of word vomit. There's not a lot of progression. It's a short book also. I think you need to take it with a grain of salt. I don't think it's for everyone though, for sure. It's not for everyone. But if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. A bunch of yap on a page. Yeah. And I love that though, because why not? It's his book. He can do whatever he wants with it. Like, speak your truth. Have you read Their Eyes Were Watching God? It's so good. Yeah, that's on my TBR. I haven't read it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of good things. 나 이 책 읽어보려고. 추천 너무 고마워, 언니. 아니에요. 제가 감사하죠. How many books did I bring on tour? Too many. And I bought like 4 more, so. Anyway, 진짜 제가 12시까지 꼭 여기 제 방이 아니거든요. 빌린 거거든요. 그래서 제가 12시까지 꼭 사실 45분까지 끝내기로 약속을 했었는데 45분은 좀 오버인 것 같고 생각보다 내가 할 말이 많았네. 아니야, 내가 앞에 너무 다른 말을 많이 했어. 어쨌든 제가 12시까지는 꼭 비워달라고 했거든요. 지금 여기에는 꽤 늦은 시간이어서요. 얼른 비워드려야 될 것 같아요. 너무 죄송해요. 할 말 아직 많은데 그래도 핵심은 다 짚고 넘어간 것 같아서 다행이고, 어쨌든 투어 하면서 진짜 이 라이브를 할 시간을 찾는 게 너무 어려웠어요. 일단은 되게 공식적인 라이브이기 때문에 뭐 너무 진짜 디스트랙션 없는 곳에서 꼭 해야 되기도 하고, 그리고 어쨌든 많은 앤서분들이 참여를 하기 위해서 최대한 시차를 맞추고 싶어서 그나마 지금 오늘이 제일 나을 것 같은데 오늘이 너무 늦게 도착해버려가지고 원하는 대로 길게 못해서 좀 슬프네요. But anyway, 오늘 함께 말하게 돼서 너무너무 기쁘고 이 책 앵서 덕분에 한번 읽어볼 수 있어서 너무 재밌었어요. 릴리더스 분들이랑 함께 처음으로 읽은 거였으니까 너무 재밌었어요. 오케이. 어떡해. 너무 오랜만이어서 너무 재밌는데 가야겠다. 제가 또 이제 시간이 나면 또 찾아올게요. 그리고 다음 릴리딩 책이나 영화 얼른 공유해 드릴게요. I'll see you guys next time. Lily, please explain the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star thing. But there's not that much to explain. I've actually always wanted to do that. Like almost every single time I do that part, I'm like, oh my god, I really want to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But I would get like embarrassed, and so I just didn't. But then I just felt like doing it, so I did it. I'm probably not gonna do it again though, because it really does not suit the song. But it was fun once. Lily, I'm really sorry. I didn't know we were talking about the book. No problem. I shouldn't have read it. I was just sorry. No problem. Okay, so but no, I really gotta go. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for talking with me today. 진짜 사랑하고. 나 머리 잘랐어요. 이것도 말아야 했었는데 머리 잘랐어요. 되게 짧아졌어요 지금. 근데 되게 시크하지 않아요? 너무 마음에 들어. 진짜 오랜만에 이렇게 짧게 자르는 것 같아요. 진짜 중단발로 되게 길게 살았거든요. Anyway, 고마워. 앤서 나는 이제 자러 가고 앤서는 좋은 하루를 보내야겠네. 좋은 하루 보내요. Have a nice day. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you.